Hello everyone, my name is Minnie Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about modern approaches of management. Modern approaches of management basically divided into three parts. First is quantitative approach, second is system approach, third is contingency approach. One by one we discuss about each. Firstly, we are going to talk about quantitative approach of management. This approach consider management as a mathematical model. This approach consider management as a mathematical model. That's why this theory applies numerical methods such as formulas, statistics or scheduling model to solve management problem. Or we can say that this theory suggests managers to solve their work problem with the help of mathematical models. For example, this theory suggests managers to solve their work problem with the help of probability theory, ratio analysis or linear programming. For example, manager can use probability theory to estimate a success or failure of a new project, new investment or new product. Now we will see criticisms of quantitative approach of management. This theory doesn't give so much importance to human resources. As we know, our human resource is also very important. Second thing, in real business situation, managers have to take their decisions very quickly. They don't have so much time to use mathematical models. Last thing is that mathematical tools only help in decision making. But apart from decision making, managers have so many functions. But this theory doesn't tell anything about it. Now we are going to talk about system theory of management. This theory consider organization as a system. This theory consider organization as a system. According to this theory, organization consists so many subsystems. Or we can say that according to this theory, organization has so many interrelated parts which work for common purpose, and each part of overall system, or we can say that each part of organization depend on other parts and cannot function without others. For example, here we consider college as a system, and college has so many parts like students, teachers, librarian, principal, administrative and other staffs, and all parts of college are interrelated, or we can say that all part of college give their contribution for success of college. Now we are going to talk about components of system approach. System approach mainly has four components: input, process, output and feedback. Input means raw material, human resources and capital. Process means now we are processing our input so that we can make desired output, and process include our operations, employees work activities and management activities. Next is output. Output is our final result, and output include our products and services. Next is feedback. Feedback comes from customer. If our product feedback is good, then we will continue with the same product. Otherwise, we will modify our input so that we can change our product. Now we are going to talk about characteristics of system approach. First is subsystem. According to this approach, organization is combination of subsystem. Next, holism. All parts of organization are interrelated, or we can say that in organization all person, all groups and all departments are interrelated. Next, system is goal oriented. Every organization has some goal and employees work to achieve these goals. Next is organization system has boundaries. Every organization system have some boundaries which tell us which part of system is external and which part is internal. For example, employees are internal part of system. On the other hand, customers are external part of system. Last is system cannot survive in isolation. System cannot survive in isolation. It receives material, information and energy from other systems. Now we will see criticisms of system approach. This approach cannot applied in large and complex organization. Next thing, this approach does not provide any tools and technique for manager for making decisions. Now we are going to talk about contingency approach of management, or we can say that situational approach of management. According to this approach, there is no one best way to manage organization. According to this approach, there is no one best way to manage organization. Managers have to change their approach according to situation. Means manager need to adopt a different approach for every different situation, because every time situations are different. They cannot apply same approach on every situation. For example, sometimes they have conflict with employees, sometimes they have to make some policies, sometimes they have to deal with their clients. So every time situations are different, how can they apply one approach on every situation? So we can say that manager decision depend on complexity of situation. That's why before making any decision, managers need to consider all situational factors. Now we are going to talk about features of contingency approach. This approach doesn't accept one best way of doing things. And according to this approach, managerial policies, practices should adjust or change according to changing situation. And this approach help organization to operate under different kind of situation. And according to this approach, manager should adopt diagnostic skill so that it can anticipate a change in environment and will be ready for it. Now we will see criticisms of contingency approach. Suggestion of this approach is very simple, but practically it becomes very complex. How can manager find various approaches for every different situation? Next thing, this is not possible for manager to consider all situational factors before making any decision, because there are so many constraints. For example, sometimes manager have lack of time, money or abilities. Last thing, this approach only tell us manager actions depend on situation, but don't describe what kind of action required for every different situation. So this is all about modern approaches of management. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.